Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is a request for the movie reviewer next door. Always been a nice person. Thank you so much for your generosity. I apologize for the lateness. Try and get to these videos as soon as possible. And by the way, no, you were not pushy at all. He was asking about it. You have every right to ask. I'm trying to get these out to people as soon as I can. But I really do appreciate it. I do appreciate your kindness. I hope everything's doing well with you. I know you worked on your channel. Very cool stuff, man. And this time it's Myra Breckinridge he requested. Now, if anyone wants to request any other type of videos, whether it be a review, a re-review, a topic, a commentary, whatever the case may be, video game playthrough for an hour, a full playthrough, whatever the case, feel free to send it. I'll get to it as soon as I can. For those who sent them, thank you. I really do appreciate it. Now, Myra Breckinridge. This is a title I had heard of. I never bothered seeing. People hated it when it came out. Some people say it has a cult following, but I'm like, from who? It's based on a novel by Gore Vidal, and it was controversial because of its explicit sexual stuff. I mean, there's a scene where a woman fucks a man with a strap on. Not really that known in 1970 films to do that. But this film is just lame, unfunny, weirdly directed with its editing, I should say, and ultimately pointless. So, okay, before it starts, Raquel Welch, who was a model and she did movies 1 million years BC, among other stuff. Rest in peace to her. Rex Reed, yes, the movie critic, the film critic, he's in this. And let me say, he can't act for shit. Now, I review stuff, but I know I can't act for shit. So I wouldn't be in movies. You shouldn't be in movies either, dude. I mean, you may review films, but you can't act for squat. Mae West, who is an older star from back in the day. This was like her return. She did a couple films. And it was kind of interesting to see her acting style. Hey, how's it going, honey? But the fact that everyone is like falling over for her, I'm sitting there going, you're beautiful back in the day. In 1970, not really. So it was hard to buy anyone falling that head over heels for you. I mean, we all get older. I understand. Hell, I've seen worse looking women, but the fact that falling this head over heels, like, not nepotism, but just vanity. Like vanity. If you want me in this film, you have people react to me this way. No matter how bullshit it is. You have John Huston, who's accomplished director. He's in the film. You have Farrah Fawcett, Charlie's Angels actress. She's in this. Now, the plot of the film is Rex Reed wants a sex change operation. John Carradine's cigarette in mouth is ready to do it. And I'm like, okay, something's already off because they look like they're in a sci-fi movie with the setting. There's a huge audience ready to applaud. The sex change is like, hey, if I cut your pecker off, it doesn't grow back. It's not like hair and nails. I'm like, I don't think anyone thought your pecker did grow back. I'm sure that would have helped Lorena Bobbitt, that whole situation with that to just grow back. Does a snip and that's it. Oh yeah. I'm like, okay, something's off with this. When you get to the ending, it makes more sense. So Rex Reed has a sex change and becomes Raquel Welch. Now apparently, I had to look this up. if you listen to the commentary from the director of this film, he talks about how he made the film because he thought men in dresses were funny and like gay people were always sad, and apparently he's a guy that really hated this shit, which is kind of makes this movie makes sense now that it was made by a guy with that mentality. No wonder it's so awful. So Raquel Welch, who instead of Myron, she's now Myra Breckinridge, she goes to this acting school that Myron / Myra's uncle owns, the uncle played by John Huston. And Myra says, I was married to Myron and he died, so he gave it to me and I want to be at the school, a teacher, whatever. After some tug and war, John Huston says yes. And the way this is edited, all the time, they will put snippets of older films and other stuff in there. So when John Huston realizes this is supposed to be the woman who married her son, we know it's the same person. He doesn't. Not his son, his nephew. When that bombshell is dropped on him, it cuts to an actual atomic test bomb footage. Or cut to when he's supposed to fall, it cuts to a western where someone gets shot and falls to the ground. Then it cuts to John Huston on the ground, getting back up. When people are horrified, it'll cut to Laura and Hardy. Or at the beginning, it cuts to Shirley Temple. And I read up, apparently there's a bit where Shirley Temple milked a cow that's meant to imply something sexual happening. I think they sued and were able to get that out, but they still have Shirley Temple. And like the beginning and end of the film is a Shirley Temple song playing. You see a little bit of footage of Shirley Temple. That could maybe work with a better director who knew what he was doing. But at the same time, when you see so much footage, then you're like, oh, I'd rather just be watching that. Or I'd rather be just watching this. Like, yes, I'd rather be watching Laura and Hardy than your shitty film. Does they have a lot of Laura and Hardy? Thank God there's no Three Stooges clips. Thank God. I like Laura and Hardy, but Three Stooges is my favorite of those. I'm glad they left the Three Stooges alone. Thank God. They left Abbott Costello and Three Stooges alone. So, there you go. But poor Laura and Hardy, they didn't ask to be in this shitty movie. It's not their fault. And so it kind of just wanders. The plot just kind of wanders. There's a scene where there's a class about cinema lovemaking. And so it'll be one shot. It's like people are getting ready, then it cuts. And then they're in this scene. Then cuts, then they're doing this. Then cuts, then they're doing this. It's the same frame. But it's like they shot the whole thing and then they just edited it down. And I'm like, what was the point of this? Number one, what was the whole point of this scene? What purpose did it serve? I don't know what purpose it did. It didn't tell anything about the story or the characters. It wasn't funny. So what was its purpose? I don't know. It'll sometimes cut to Mae West, who's a talent agent, that honestly, her entire role could have been cut out and would not have done anything differently to the story. I don't even know why Mae West, her character, was in the movie. It cuts to her talent agency. Oh, you do get to see one of the first times Tom Selleck was in a movie. If you go on YouTube, there's actually a funny story that Tom Selleck tells about Mae West and auditioning for her. Because I guess he had to audition for her and not the director, but whatever. I just, Mae West had approval. But Tom Selleck tells a funny story about that. Did you find that was more funny than the movie? But Tom Selleck, without mustache, is brought in, and Mae West is like talking to him, and it cuts to this joke. I don't even get the joke. Because, okay, it's meant to be a euphemism for sex, using Laurel and Hardy, but it's a scene where Hardy is kind of standing. Laurel comes in with a board, and then it's walking. You just see the board keep going, and keep going, and keep going. And the joke is that Laurel's at the other end too. And Hardy's like, what does that have to do with sex? Oh, Tom Selleck has a big dick, maybe? But you think it'd be kind of like something like this, or something exploding someone's face, like cum. Like, no, it's just a long board. I guess the show he got a long dick. I don't know. And why are you using Laurel and Hardy for sex stuff? That's just weird. Or there's this cowboy that Mae West comes in, is like, how tall are you? I'm 6'7". Never mind the 6 feet. Let's talk about them 7 inches. I'm like, stop it. Stop it, Mae West. You were like 80 years old when you made this. What the fuck old? No. No. That'd be like if, I don't know, fucking... I'm trying to think of an older woman nowadays. I don't know if Helen Mirren did a movie where she's seducing everybody. It's like, I like you, Helen Mirren, but no, like, no, I don't think everybody's gonna be falling for you. Please. Like, no, 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 no. Idea, if you're wondering what the hell they had to do with the story, nothing. You never see Tom Selleck again. There's another bit where this French guy is like trying to hit on her, kissing her hand as if you're Gomez Adams. Mon ami. Then he leaves, and then you never see him again. So what was the point of that? Mae West at points scenes, just for I understand she had an obligation that she had to sing. So you have to have Mae West singing, and maybe she's saying, well, back to the day. At this time, not really. Raquel Welch, she does what she can. I mean, she's a model first, but she does what she can. Apparently, Raquel Welch and Mae West hated each other. Which I'm like, yeah, why is Mae West even in this? There's also times where you see Raquel Welch, and then all of a sudden you see Rex Reed, and people talking to Rex Reed. I guess to keep reminding the audience they're the same person, because I guess the whole sex change, a man becoming a woman and having a different face, maybe they felt the audience would be so confused because that's such a new idea at this time. So we have to keep reminding you, oh, Rex Reed, they're the same person, but at the same time they like talk to each other as if they're fucking Tyler Durden, but so yeah, at times they're talking to each other even though they're the same person, and it looked like his female self is going to go down on the male self, but then it pans and she's not there, so it's just Rex Reed moaning, and I'm like, but at the same time, it's her. Sure, it's supposed to be some stupid symbolism that was just poorly done because the director didn't know what the hell he was doing. Oh, the reason that Myra and Myra is here is their plan is to destroy manhood, realign the sexes, and somehow that will make the whole world happy. In other words, she sees a couple, this guy named Rusty and this girl Farrah Fawcett. She's going to take the guy, seduce him, take a strap on, stick up his ass, ride him like a cowboy, cowgirl, whatever the fuck, while she wears she wears an American outfit. He's taking up the ass. It cuts to a bunch of stock footage, Laurel and Hardy and all these people and a dam exploding. So she took the guy's anal virginity, popped his cherry, and then you hear her saying stuff like, "Hooray for Mickey Mouse" and "Hooray for Donald Duck." I'm like, what the hell does Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse have to do with this? Do they like anal evacuations? Do they like to take it up the ass? Did I miss something? Are they lovers? Is that why Mickey and Donald, you never see them with their spouses? Because they really love each other? And they're going to be a Flying 69 style sex jamboree? Maybe that'll be the new, when they stop doing these horror versions of these characters that become public domain, maybe then they'll start doing sex versions. So Winnie the Pooh will have sex with Mary Poppins, and then Peter Pan will have sex with the rabbit from Winnie the Pooh, and Popeye will gangbang all of them, and then Peter Pan takes a Peter Pan dive into Mary Poppins' snatch and is lifted by her fucking umbrella. I don't fucking know. I don't care. I don't know what Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck have to do with any of this. Leave them out of it. It's not their fault. Okay? They just work at Disney. I know Disney sucks, but it's not Mickey and Donald's fault. They just work for assholes. But they had nothing to do with this. Leave them alone. Don't put them in the movie. Even verbally. Name drop them for some stupid reason. I shall ball you, Rusty. That's the word Raquel Welch uses. She also seduces Farrah Fawcett, but then Farrah Fawcett's like, I guess the sex was that bad. She's like, oh, it was good, but I still kind of want to be straight. That's pretty much what happens. Oh, Rusty is still very sweet. Really? Yes. So Rusty, I guess, went to Mae West because I guess Raquel Welch, for some reason, sent Rusty to Mae West. I guess the idea of Mae West screwed him too. I'm like, why? What's going on? And then I'm going to seduce Farrah Fawcett, but then it didn't even work because Farrah Fawcett, oh, that was cool. So I guess it must not have been that bad. Didn't turn her. Myra Breckinridge goes up to her uncle and says, I'm your nephew, and shows. Now, granted, I don't know what showing her vag would show, because isn't the idea is they snipped it off? So wouldn't they be seeing, oh, it's the vag. But she says, I'm your nephew Myron, and look at my vag. It's like, okay. Cool story, lady. So then she walks outside, and her other self, Myron, is watching and hits her with a car. If they made this thing where it was like this struggle, where maybe Myron regrets doing it because he thought he was ready, but he changed his mind, and Myron's like, nope, you made your choice, now I'm the top dog, and Myron's like, no. Maybe it's a struggle of, are you a man? Are you a woman? What do you believe in? You believe in both, but you're not sure. And so it's a struggle between the two. I'm trying to go deeper than this fucking movie does. Deeper than she went into Rusty's ass. Anyway, you find out, spoiler, the whole damn movie was a dream. Apparently, Rex Reed, as Myron, just got hit by a car. He went to a hospital. And Thurston Howell III from Gilligan's Island. Like, it's that actor. The millionaire from Gilligan's Island. The millionaire and his wife. The movie star. The professor and Marianne. The millionaire guy, Thurston Howell, I forget the actor's name, he's there saying, hey, you doing okay? Looks like you're pretty popular with the ladies. One of the nurses is Farrah Fawcett. He looks over and there's a magazine with Raquel Welch's face and her American outfit on the magazines. So he dreamt the whole thing. And he was just at a car accident. So he never had his sets change. I guess he's not going to. It was just all a dream. So it's like, well, what's the point? What was the point of this entire damn movie? Don't have sex changes because you'll be a rapist? Is that what you're trying to go with? Like, if you have a sex change, then you want to stick men strap on in their ass without their permission? If it's with permission, consent, then okay, you do whatever you want. This is without his permission. So what is the point of this? What is the point? I don't know what the fuck the point of this movie was. Never read the novel, but the person who made the novel hated it. Right, has there ever been someone who... Okay, that's a question. Has there ever been a novelist that someone's made something they liked it? I guess Stephen King with like The Shawshank Redemption, Cujo, Misery. But is there any other authors that someone made stuff on... They made a movie off of their novel, but they liked it. They liked the movie that was made off their novel. Are there any authors that have done that? I guess it's mostly, yeah, the movie was shit. But I like to know. Maybe the lady who wrote Harry Potter, she might have liked those films. Maybe her. But yeah. I just see why Gore Vidal would be pissed at this movie. It's aimless. There's really no point to it. It's not funny if it's supposed to be a comedy. The clutter of footage of other movies, they went overzealous and overwhelmed the audience with that. They did way too much. So it didn't feel as special or for whatever points they wanted to make. Some of them didn't even make sense. Mae West, her character was almost completely pointless. It did not even need to be in the film. Again, they have the stuff between Myra and Myron and interacting, but it didn't lead to anything in terms of story or drama. There's really no drama throughout the film, honestly. It's not like Myra, she's worried about being found out, or, oh, I hope no one finds out because no one will understand, or they'll judge me. No, there's none of that in the movie. It doesn't matter because the entire movie's a fucking dream anyway. There are movies I like that you find out as a dream in the person's head, but at least you get an actual meaning. I don't want to give the movie away because I'll be spoiling the movie, but they actually have a certain meaning to them. What their point was. This, I have no idea what the fuck the point was. So, with that said, this film was awful. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.